Oh my goodness. So, Watson. Now I'm back to Watson. Am I? Okay. All the kids have camp this morning. So Amy was dropping off Addie. I was dropping off Ava, and Ollie was coming. I guess he's going with Amy. Heading down to the barn, and I said, I know Guelph. I'll just eyeball it. I can make it down. Driving around in circles now for the past 15 minutes. Not a tremendously successful night last night. I guess greatest ending was flat. Didn't make a break, but was flat. And Jason and I talked about it after. You get sucked into the idea when you look at his race as a whole, and his blood work wasn't bad last week. When you look at his race as a whole, you're like, maybe he's just not as good as we thought he was. Well, the problem is that's not the case, right? We already know he went in 52. We know he went in 53. 27 came from the Moon to win. Now, those are bottom classes. But this is a horse that raced in the Graduate. This is a horse that raced in the Breeders' Crown. This is a very good horse. So could it be that he's maybe hit his ceiling on a half-mile track, his comfort level? Or did something go awry last night with his blood work? I don't know. I'm not sure. I guess the first thing we need to do is exactly what we do when a horse doesn't race good. Start turning over stones. I guess I'm not overly enthusiastic about a Monday morning scope after a Sunday race. You can't really see everything you're looking for. So it's not super helpful. The blood work should go a long way also with this guy. And if it's just a matter of, we got him pretty good right now, but he's not as good on a half, which the horse already went in 52. So I find it really hard to swallow that. Well, we have options at that point also. So we'll see what we can come up with over the next couple of days. The horse was sound. He didn't make a break. I saw the line before I saw the race. I had not a lot going on yesterday, but I was focused more on Ollie with his birthday and the kids. When I saw the line originally, I'm like, oh my God, he must have tied up. And then watched the race, and he just fizzled out. Well, that's not greatest ending. That's just not him. So. A flat line nonetheless. He paced, he did his work, but he didn't do it very good. So we, as I said, will start turning over stones and figuring out what happened. As far as country dancing goes, I had a great conversation with a few of our clients last night, a few of my partners on this filly. Now, first off, she went country dancing went over to Tim's because she was a little bumpy and making breaks here at Northfield Park. So that wrinkle in her gait that you see from time to time is not new. And the one thing I have to remind everybody about lameness is it never stays the same. It gets worse or better. This filly's been the same for months. So I think it's more mechanical. It's not lameness. So what does that mean? Is it sore feet? Is it her knees? Is it growth? Is it immaturity? When I see this filly, the first thing that pops into my mind is her hobbles are way too tight, but every time we've let them out, she has made breaks. That was at Northfield. She is paid into some stakes later on in Lexington. I would love nothing more than to get her head down, get all the gear off her, let her hobbles out, and see how fast she can pace at Lexington. The problem is, those are Grand Circuit races, and no walkovers. There's no walkovers in Lexington. Just a side note, in Lexington, I told everybody Memento Mori would race without hobbles on, but apparently Kentucky has to be a very unique state. Problematic at times as far as getting things done. In Pennsylvania, Ontario, New Jersey, I assume Indiana, I'm not sure though, you can take the hobbles on and take them on and off as you see fit. You just have to announce that it has to be in the program. Whether the Red Mile, you can take them on and off, but the judges have to allow it. And I guess the judges called Eric last night and said, that colt's never raced without hobbles on, so we want to see him qualify. I get it. I guess as I say that out loud, I get it from a gambler's standpoint. I don't think it's necessary, but that's my prerogative, not theirs. So we will race Memento Mori, I guess, with hobbles on, according to Kentucky. Eventually, the first time he gets a gap in his schedule, they will come off. I can guarantee you that. But for now, he has to race them on. Now, back to country dancing. So I'm torn on a number of issues. She got the Arden coming up. Not good enough yet, from what I can see. We all know the filly's got speed. I don't think anybody's ever sat behind her and said, you know what, I just don't think she's good enough. No, it's never been the case. But we don't want to hurt her also. So you have that line, do not hurt the filly, is right there. And everything going on in front of it. Do we change her hobbles? Again, when we went to the vet, I've seen minor improvements. I think she looked a little bit better last night than she did her start before. But it was measured, right? It wasn't this massive change. I think we just need to take our time with her. Take our time with her. Could we race her in the Arden? I suppose so. A maiden or the Arden would be fine for her. And I believe the maiden was up on Thursday, the Arden on Saturday. So likely the Arden it is. Again, there is some allergy mucus when you scope her. There was a few trickles of blood last night. But anytime you get that dense, not thick yellowy mucus, but that dense allergy mucus, it's accompanied by redness, pimples, things of that nature that just put strain on their airway. So you're left trying to combat that first and foremost. So you want to get the allergy issues under control best you can, which is much easier said than done in this day and age. But you want to get the allergy issues under control if you can, and then the dominoes start to fall. Right, everything starts to fall into place. A little stronger. When she's a little stronger, probably clean her gait up a little bit. Is she going to go from having a few little wrinkles in her gait to a perfect gait anytime soon? I don't think so. But most of the stuff you do with 2-year-olds, especially this time of year, it's incremental, right? It compounds. All these little things you do, the hope is they end up in big results. And that's what we're going to have to do with country dancing, is get back to those incremental changes on the positive side of the spectrum, hopefully. So those were last night's races. We got some work to do with those 2 horses. I'm here at the barn now. I'm going to jog 3 horses. Early this afternoon, I'm going to get underway and get back to Northfield Park. As I said, a big schedule. After Friday, we get into Saturday. We have the Adios. We have a number of things going on Saturday. I'm sure we have races Saturday night at Northfield Park. Now, Sunday, I'm going to be in Kentucky. I don't know what leftovers and scraps Scotty's going to leave me as far as who we're driving. I'm driving West Lemuria. I'm driving Grand Slam Dio for sure. I'm driving Rosetta. So whatever scraps are left for me from Scotty after that, he'll be listed first on Pickpocket. He'll be listed first on Memory and Imagination and Memento Mori and all those other horses. But I will be down there because I want to make sure we get all these horses moving forward in the right direction. So with that, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to let you get your day going. It's a beautiful day here. I hope it's beautiful wherever you are. It should be a nice week. Hopefully a very good week for the stable. Take care.